Resistance is futile.
Boldly going where no show has gone before. This is The Week in Geek with David D. Squared and Brian Held. Heard live on News Talk 99.5 WRNO and the iHeartRadio app. Here are your hosts, Brian Held and D. Squared.
Attention, people of Earth. This is The Week in Geek, your source for geek and pop culture news that's trending now. This is your host, D. Squared, with...
Brian Held.
Brian Held, how the hell are you, buddy?
I am so wore out, Dave.
Why?
Well, so this was day 5 of filming on Hopeless, a Star Wars story.
You've been filming for 5 days?
Well, no, not 5 days straight, but this is the 5th day of filming that we've had.
The other people have been doing the hard, heavy working. You're just showing up and just bringing your celebrity to the table?
No.
Is that what you're doing?
No, but we had a great day. We've been filming all day long.
I love you, buddy.
I love you too, man. And I'm also trying to wrap up the 3rd book of the Jezebel Johnston series that's due at the end of the month. So
did she ever find her one true love?
I guess you'll have to listen and find out, Dave.
How would I find out, Brian? Would I go to Amazon or Audible.com?
Or iTunes. You can...
This has gone off the rails quickly. All right, let's lay out the show.
All right. Well, guys, hey, the show's a little different today. We don't have a guest.
I know, it's crazy.
It is, but we're going to cover the fall TV premieres.
Yes, it is TV time in the TV world, and I'm so excited.
Yes, I know you are.
I like broadcast television. What can I say? I mean, I'm not a big fan of, DVR and crap. I mean, even though I enjoy my Netflix and Amazon Prime, I still love watching live TV as it happens.
Because you're a Luddite.
No, because we're doing a live radio show, you butthole.
We are.
People like this stuff.
They do. So.
God, I hate you. Take it all back what I said about you.
So, of course, in the second segment, it'll be Skungy and his pick of the week.
Yes.
Then we'll do Top Nerd News.
Then we will. We will do Top Nerd News.
And then, of course, we'll close the show out as we always do with This Week in Geek History.
I'm really excited for Top Nerd News, though. Because one of my favorite game franchises and one of my favorite food franchises are coming together.
Is that what they call a teaser?
Yes. All right, and then finally we'll wrap up the show like we always do with This Week in Geek History. All right, Brian, I don't have a fall TV premieres. Wah, wah, wah. All right, man. So, look, there's a lot of stuff going on, but I want you to kind of take point on this because our friends over at Fox 8,
yes,
they gave us some the screen room time.
Yeah, they did.
And you and I got to see all of the Orville, which is really, there are mixed reviews out there, but I'm sure there were mixed reviews for Star Trek when it first came out.
Absolutely.
And so but moving on, though, that we got to see Ghosted and we got to see The Gifted, which is the new X-Men thing. So tell the listeners a little bit about The Gifted.
All right. So with The Gifted, we're looking at the X-Men series, right?
Right.
But these are the guys, and I'll get real nerdy for a second. Way back in around like issue 213, 215 of the X-Men series back in the 80s. They had these guys, the Morlocks, right?
Oh, yeah, I remember those, yeah.
Yeah, they live underground, under Manhattan in the sewers and stuff. And they're like X-Men light. They like have powers, but they're not that great.
Yeah, they're not great, like light power. I'm blinded by the light.
Right. And I mean, some of them, could be X-Men, but it's mostly kind of goofy stuff, or they're deformed in some kind of way. That's how they're mutated. And they just band together. And this seems what the series is focused on, right? Okay. Is not the X-Men themselves, but these group of individuals, right, who are kind of in that universe. And I don't want to give any spoilers.
No, right. We got to avoid that. But I mean, like the overarching theme in essence, kind of like, which people saw in the trailers and some of the commercials that, it's going to look like basically, this father who is, like part of the, what's the name of the group that are tracking everybody down?
Oh, it's a government agency.
Yeah, but well, in essence, he's like, I'm saving you from these evil people. And then it turns out his kids, turn up to have powers. And so then, all hell ensues.
Right. And so, you didn't get a chance to see it. But I saw it, and enjoyed this first episode.
Yeah, like I watched the first 5 minutes and then I got called away to work and
Right, but it engaged me all the way through. When I got to the end, I'm like, I definitely want to see the next episode. Right, the story is engaging, and I mean, I'm a huge fan of the X-Men, and I like that plot series that they go through with. You have these individuals who were kind of, second-class citizens.
Yeah,
right?
well, I mean, like in the beginning of the show, I mean, it's even the police are already on the lookout for people that have extra special powers.
Right.
So it's like the police were not their friends. I mean, and that's kind of right out the gate. They kind of show you the landscape of this dystopian type future. Not really. That's too big of a word, but
it is. But
it's just a little slant on today's world,
But I mean, as far as a series goes, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, now Ghosted has two guys that I really love.
And you say that
they do potty humor though, so of course I love them.
Right, and honestly, if I had to say anything about this, I'd say, did you like Men in Black?
I did.
All right, well,
but I'm a Luddite. What the hell do I know?
This is Men in Black, not done as well.
Oh,
yeah. Honestly, just some of it kind of fell flat for me.
Okay,
right.
Yeah, I didn't even get to see any of that one.
Yeah, it felt like some of it was really forced, right? Like they're just kind of forcing this storyline along, and there's some Mary Sue elements to me. I was just like, I don't know, it didn't grab me.
All right, well, I mean, so now that show comes out, Ghosted comes out in October 1st, Sunday nights. That's going to be at 8:30. And the Gifted is October 2nd at 9 o'clock on Fox. So both of those shows are on Fox.
I thought Gifted started tomorrow.
No, it looks like it's October 2nd to me. Okay. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm looking at the TV guide here.
Yeah,
I got it right here in front of my face. All right, so yeah, last Thursday we saw the premiere of Gotham, saw the premiere of The Orville. Well, actually, the second episode of The Orville. I actually started watching Gotham. I'm way behind on Gotham. I missed the last season and a half. But, it's a fun little show. It's got all the elements you'd be looking for in a Batman thing. And so if you haven't seen it, most of the stuff is available on Netflix and Hulu and Amazon. So if you're looking for a new show to binge, Gotham, it's entertaining.
Okay.
Let's just leave it at that. Now, here's the one thing we're both sort of excited about, and it comes out in about an hour and 15 minutes on CBS. So that's the new Star Trek Discovery, Brian. It's premiering tonight.
It is.
Are you excited? Is your heart all aflutter?
I don't know, man.
I think we're more worried about how bad it's going to be, and so I'm trying to... Well, here's the other thing, though, too. I literally forgot that it was coming on tonight because they haven't really been doing a whole lot of advertising unless you're in a major market. We'll get to that in Top Nerd News too because they pulled out a lot of the stops up there in New York.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Well, so now the following day, this Monday coming up, The Big Bang Theory returns at 8 o'clock, followed by Young Sheldon.
Yeah, and there's a lot of folks who are not necessarily excited about that one.
Well, The Big Bang Theory left off with Sheldon proposing to Amy.
Really?
Yes.
I'm like so way behind on Big Bang Theory.
So you just don't like it anymore, huh?
They
make fun of us nerds.
Well, they do.
Well, we owe them. They paved the way. They were pathfinders, Brian.
They were.
Trailblazers. So the following Tuesday, one of your favorites, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, 9:30.
Yeah.
And NCIS New Orleans.
I know. Yeah, it's a good series. Well, did you want to bring up anything from Syfy?
Yes, Syfy. All right, now the first week of October, that's going to be Thursday, October 5th, and then the following Friday, the 6th. On the 5th, you've got Van Helsing comes out and Ghost Wars. Now, you and I both watched the trailer for this. It's got Vincent D'Onofrio in it. And it also has Meatloaf, Brian, Meatloaf!
I know. It did look interesting. I'm kind of...
Well, here's the thing. Like, it's some dude who's got, like, psychic powers, but they're latent powers, yada, yada. He ran away from home or whatever. Now he's coming back. But this entire town is haunted. Like, I mean, all the angry spirits have risen up, and the whole town is haunted. And so I guess this guy is going to be using his powers to either... like like Ghost Whisperer for dudes. You know, like the Ghost Whisperer with what's her name? Not Buffy, the other girl who played. Damn it! Somebody call and tell me 2600995. But so it's like Ghost Whisperer for dudes. So you got all these ghosts. Now there's another show the following day that comes out called Superstition.
Okay.
There's no trailers for this. I haven't seen it. I've been trying. I can't say I've scoured the internet because I wasn't like on a holy crusade for it or anything. But this follows this little town in La Rochelle, the Hastings Funeral Home. And so these people deal with a bunch of like supernatural ghosts and elements like that in their little town. Okay. Now, Winona Earp, that's going to be returning later on, like in January later this year. And, between Van Helsing, Winona Earp is basically Wyatt Earp's daughter, but she's like, it's based off of a comic book where, she shoots demons and ghosts and all that jazz. There's a common thread here on Syfy right now. And I don't have any proof to back this up except that all this circumstantial evidence is pointing to one thing, and that they're trying to do like a shared universe, similar like what the CW is doing, where they have the Arrowverse with Green Arrow, The Flash, Supergirl, and Legends of Tomorrow. All these people are all interconnected. Black Lightning's coming out later this year, too.
Okay.
January or something like that.
So you think that all of the shows on Syfy are going to have this supernatural connection?
I think that's exactly what they're trying to do. Just like everybody's on this big shared universe kick,
Right.
But they're not coming out and saying it. They're not coming out and saying, hey, we're going to have the monster universe. We're going to kick it off with Dracula Untold. No, scratch that. We're going to kick it off with the Mummy. No, scratch that. We're going to kick it off with King Kong. No, that's Monsterverse. We suck. So Syfy does not want to try and say, hey, we're going to do this great shared universe. It's going to be awesome. You're going to love it. We're bringing in Vincent D'Onofrio, Meatloaf. Pretty soon, William Shatner, we're going to wheel his dry, shriveled corpse in there.
Oh, geez.
Well, he's not dead yet, is he?
No, he's not.
Good. That's why I said it.
Oh, God.
I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
So, hey,
I think I'm right, though. I think I'm right. And then, later on, the second week of October, that is the best week of television. Supergirl on Monday. On Tuesday, you got the return of The Flash, DC's Legends of Tomorrow. On Thursday, Supernatural, my boy Dean, and Arrow.
Yeah.
And then also, this is a nice little side note on PBS, WYES here locally.
Right.
Your Roots. That's what it's called. Finding Your Roots with Henry Louis Gates Jr. Actually, a really great show. It's got Christopher Walken in it, a whole bunch of great celebrities, and he gives them their family tree, their lineage. And it's a really great show. I enjoy. He's a great historian.
Okay.
And so, some of it I find he takes a few leaps here or there, but on the whole, he sheds a light on a lot.
So before we cut to a break, I need to give some thanks out first to Charles and JT and Laura from the NOLA Horror Film Fest. They gave us some press passes. I went out there on Thursday and watched some. It was great, man.
It was at Castillo Blanco, huh?
It was at the Den of Chewbacca's, and I watched some great films. There was a premiere of a movie called Vor. The director and the actress, one of the actresses was there.
Okay.
Doing a little Q&A.
Did you get a picture?
I got a picture, actually, with Kim Trails from 2 Minute Cage. She was there hanging out. So, I watched a bunch of great movies. And, and I told the guys.
So how many people took pictures with you, though?
One with Kim Trails.
At least you're honest. Thank you.
Yes. But every time,
big deal.
Every time I've gone to the NOLA Horror Film Fest, I've never seen a bad movie there. Right?
Really? What?
They've done they do a really good job of screening the movies that they put in the fest. Are you sure
you're just being nice?
No, I'm not. I've enjoyed everything I've seen, and I'm not a big horror guy, but I like the stuff that they put out there.
Okay.
And I wish I could have got back. I've just been so busy. The second thanks is for Cartoon Network for making us a stop for the Rickmobile.
Oh, yeah, you went out there.
Yeah, it was on Tuesday, and I got nice and wet from the rain, but we got some swag, and we had a good time. Saw a lot of folks, and,
Apparently the word had gotten out. They did not need our help, apparently.
They did not.
Their audience is tuned in.
They're
keyed in on the intranet.
Absolutely.
All right, Brian, take us to break.
Guys, stay tuned. When we get back, we're going to hear from Skungy and his pick of the week. You're listening to The Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO.
Like a streak of light, he arrives just in time. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid by Nancy Hansen, is now an audiobook read for you by Brian Held. It's a tale of a young girl from Tortuga who disguises herself as a boy and bluffs her way onto a pirate ship, chasing after her one true love, only to find adventure on the high seas. Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid is available on Amazon, Audible, and iTunes. Get your copy of Jezebel Johnston today.
You've waited for it, and now it's here. Get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt and help support our show. These 100% cotton black t-shirts with the Week in Geek Radio Show logo are going fast. So don't wait. Go to twigradio.com and order your shirt now. Just go to twigradio.com/shop and get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt. $15 up to XL, $17 for 2X and 3X. That's twigradio.com.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you. Join the adventure at QuestCon October 20th through the 22nd at the Mobile, Alabama Convention Center. We're taking over downtown with great events like our Apocalypse Zombie Experience, Post-Apocalyptic Wrecking Yard, and our Halo Drop Pods. We have fantastic guests like Jodelle Ferlin from Cabin in the Woods and Twilight, as well as Aaron Zetch from Ruby. There will be vendors, artists, and even a kids' con for the little ones. QuestCon October 20th through the 22nd. Check out quest-con.com for more info.
As a small business owner, you're always on the go. So how can you make sure you never miss a customer's call? Grasshopper. With Grasshopper, you get all the features of a business phone system. That's right. Grasshopper turns your cell phone into a business phone system that's affordable and incredibly easy to use. Get a toll-free or vanity phone number that's memorable and professional. Customers are forwarded to your phone and connected to you or your team wherever you are. And with our app, your outgoing calls and texts show up as your professional phone number. We'll transcribe your voicemails and send them to your email so you can determine their importance at a glance. So whether you're always on the go or working from home and need to keep business calls separate, or you simply want a professional tone, Grasshopper makes it happen. Set up your account in just minutes. There are no long-term contracts and support is 24/7. Get your calls, stay connected, thrive. Now get $20 off your plan when you visit grasshopper.com/radio. grasshopper.com/radio.
Come to Contraflow Syfy Convention October 6th through the 8th at the Airport Hilton in Kenner. Contraflow has writers, artists, and entertainers from across the country, vendors, gaming, music, and more at Contraflow October 6th through the 8th. Find us at contraflowsyfy.org.
Men, you know how women are always suggesting something looks really good on you, and you think it's because they want to change you? It's the exact opposite. Frigo by RevolutionWear.com is underwear reimagined, the ideal solution for all that squirming and adjusting you're experiencing. Frigo by RevolutionWear.com releases you from pinching, pulling, and restricting. And trust me, they love the way it looks on you. Frigo by RevolutionWear.com. The revolution starts below.
Last year, corporate data breaches were up 40%. This year, it could be worse. Find out if your data is at risk with a free dark web email scan only from Experian. In less than a minute, you'll know if your identity is at risk. Go to Experian.com/scan to help keep your identity yours with Experian.
Now back to local celebrity, Brian Held. Hey, D Squared, meet me at the bar at 7 p.m. We'll have 2 drinks and then drink till 9 p.m. I'm already intoxicated. I hope there's a big taxi to take me home.
Welcome back. This is the Week in Geek, home of the drunken voice guy. This is your host, D Squared, meeting him at the bar later with...
Brian Held.
Yeah, you're not invited, Brian.
Okay.
Just being the drunk voice guy.
That's fine.
Speaking of drunk people, you know what? Let's talk to our boy Skungy and his pick of the week.
I am not what you would call a handsome man.
Skungy's Pick of the Week is brought to you by GameStop and ThinkGeek.com.
Skungy's Pick of the Week.
You might be an idiot savant.
Woohoo!
Skungy, what's shaking bacon?
Look, just because you decide that we're going to have this show on Sundays during football season doesn't mean that.
Oh,
I'm
that's
going
right.
to
You're kind of drunk, aren't you? You've been watching
I'm
Saints.
Not drunk. You know, I might be a little buzzed, a little
askew,
anything, but I'm not drunk.
You know, I'm wondering if
I'm offended by that.
I'm wondering if he's
I
worked
have no
off.
idea what you're talking about, sir.
Skungy, have you worked off your hangover from drinking around the world at Disney World?
No, in fact, I've added to it.
Nice.
You know, I skipped the hangover phase and just decided to stay drunk the entire time through.
Nice.
I mean, if anything worth doing at all is worth doing right.
Absolutely. All right, speaking of doing it right, what are we talking about this week?
All right, well, I got two games to talk about this week. I've got first one is Uncharted Lost Legacy.
Okay.
Now, most of the games we're talking about are going to be PlayStation 4 exclusives, but it's cool. The Uncharted Legacy has been around for a while. They've had 1, 2, 3, and 4, and it's been following the adventures of Nathan Drake and, you know, him traveling around the world and finding treasures and whatnot. Well, this one takes two of the side characters from one of them from 2 and one of them from 4, Chloe and Nadine, and gives them their own story.
That's cool.
So yeah, it is, and it's
Rise of the background character.
It is our time for the sidekicks to rise. It's actually a really good game because, I mean, the Uncharted series is always fun. I mean, I've acquitted all of the Uncharted series to being like watching an action movie during the summer. It's got lots of great cinematics and, you know, lots of adventure and shooting and, you know, rock climbing. It was like the best parts of any action movie put into a video game.
Okay.
So it's always been one of my favorite series. This one, it feels a little bit more of the same, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Right.
Because with this one, you know, it's still got the great cinematics and everything, and the one thing that I was worried about with this game is that I would be asking, hey, where's Nathan Drake throughout the game? I didn't have that worry at all, and that's a really good thing when you have a spin-off of any series. A lot of times when you have a spin-off, you're like, oh, well, it was better with this character. No, it was a really good story, really well written. It's just, it seemed to... It didn't catch as much lightning in the bottle as the other ones did, but it's still a great game.
And this is a single player, right?
Yeah, but the cool thing is when you buy the disc, it comes with all of the multiplayer from Uncharted 4. So if you don't own Uncharted 4, you get all the Uncharted 4 stuff, and it also comes with all the extra bonus DLC.
I thought it might come with friends to play it with.
Oh, jeez.
So, I mean, but it's good, and it's part of Sony's got this new initiative that they're putting out where it's not a AAA title, but it's still, you would say, like maybe a AA title, and they're releasing these games at $39.99.
Okay.
All right.
So it's a new marketing thing where, you know, it might not be something that's going to be like a 40-hour or even 100-hour game. This game's going to come in at about a little under 20 hours, you know, 15 hours maybe.
Damn.
But it's still a good game and an enjoyable game, but it's only $40.
All right.
Well,
yeah.
You know, 20 hours. I mean, how many movies is that's what, 8? 10 movies? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it's better than, like, you know, and trust me, you're talking about going and seeing all these horror movies. I've seen a lot of bad horror movies in my life that I wish I had my money back.
Most movies I go see are only about 90 minutes because they can't afford to shoot anymore.
Well, yeah.
I'm a low-budget kind of guy. All right, what's next?
So going along with the same thing of Sony's new initiative, they released a game called Everybody's Golf. But most people will know it as Hot Shots Golf.
Oh! Nice.
Now, I know you're a fan of it, Dave.
I am.
We used to play that in a bar room, didn't we?
Yeah. That's good times.
So
Hot Shots Golf.
What's up with the name change?
Well, they just decided to, it's more inclusive instead of saying Hot Shots, where you thought, you have to be really good at the game to play it. No, now it's everybody's golf because everybody can play.
Yeah, we're the everyman kind of game.
All right.
And Hot Shots has always been a really simplistic game. I mean, you swing the club by pressing the X button 3 times. Press it to start, press it to stop, press it to stop again. That's it. That is how you play the game.
That wasn't the one with the trackball?
No, that's Golden Tee.
Oh,
that's Golden
Tee.
Right. Wow, you've been into a bar room, Brian?
Brian doesn't know what a bar room looks like.
No, but the Hot Shots, you would push the button and it would start, and then you'd get it to the max, and then you've got to try to get it in between the sweet spot.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and
it was good to play when you were drunk, too.
Fair enough.
It was a really fun game that anybody could honestly pick up and play. A lot of games you're like, well, I don't know how to play video games, or I'm uncomfortable.
Well, here's the question: how much is it?
One of those games you could just pick up and play.
Well, here's the question: how much do they want for it?
It's under the same thing with the Sony. It's $39.99.
How much content for $39.99?
A lot of content, actually, because you've got tons of tournaments, tons of characters, and the cool thing is that when you rank up, you're going to level up in the game, and as you level up, you face other players, and then you can get extra clubs and extra courses and whatnot, and then there's a plethora of stuff in the online play.
Plethora.
So,
plethora.
You said something interesting, and I want to pick at it real quick. You said extra courses and stuff like that. Is that like DLC? Is that extra?
No. You get it from, you unlock more courses as you play through the game.
All right. I just was wondering if there's a microtransaction element. So
no, they will have, almost everything has microtransactions now, but there's enough content with this game that you don't need to get any microtransactions.
All right.
And it's cool because the online play, the original Hot Shots never had online play because, it was back in a PlayStation 1 era, there was no online play. So now it's got online play, which is a lot of fun. And like I said, I can't stress enough on how simple this game is. It's so simple, anybody can enjoy it. That's what I've always loved about the Hot Shots games. You can, mom, dad, anybody pick it up and just start playing and having a great time.
I'm talking to you, guy on the I-10 right now.
So there's more buttons on the controller than you actually need to play this game. It's
absolutely.
Just mash X and
you
go.
don't use all the buttons on the controller.
All right, Skungy. Well, I guess maybe next week you'll bring us something, for the mighty PC. That'd be great. I love a good computer PC game.
What is a PC? I've never heard of that before. Isn't that the thing that Brian has fantasies about at night?
Yes, that's the one.
Oh, stop.
See, now Brian's gonna fire you. See?
No.
Yeah.
No. I love Skungy.
Sure you do.
Even though he tries and fails making fun of me. Not today, Brian.
Not today.
Wow.
All right, Skungy, guess what?
I am fired.
Yeah, get the hell out of here. All right, see you next week.
Thank you, sir.
All right, good Lord.
All right. Guys, when we get back,
Top Nerd News!
Yes. You're listening to the Week in Geek radio show on News Talk 99.
Name this song! Name this song! I dare anybody listening! 260-0995. Brian will give you... you give him $1. That might be illegal. I don't know. Just call us. 260-0995.
This is the Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO.
Find the rails. We're off.
Join the adventure at QuestCon, October 20th through the 22nd at the Mobile, Alabama Convention Center. We're taking over downtown with great events like our Apocalypse Zombie Experience, Post-Apocalyptic Wrecking Yard, and our Halo Drop Pods. We'll have fantastic guests like Gigi Edgley from Farscape and Paul Amos from Assassin's Creed Syndicate. There will be vendors, artists, and even a kids' con for the little ones. QuestCon, October 20th through the 22nd. Check out quest-con.com for more info.
Hi, this is Dave from the Foo Fighters.
iHeartRadio, music you should know from the Foo Fighters.
One of the coolest things about being in this band is that we can get as heavy and as rough as we want to with riffs. but then we can always push out with those melodies and harmonies on top of it.
Check out Foo Fighters' new album, Concrete and Gold, on iHeartRadio All Access. Sponsored by RCA Records.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
Message and data rates may apply. Please don't text while driving.
Are you in charge of your company's logo? If so, allow me to look into your future. I see. Great success. You make a wise choice to get your company's logo printed on promotional products at 4imprint. Your boss offers you a promotion. Your colleagues admire you. Customer sales skyrocket like never before. Because 4imprint is about to reveal to you the top 3 promotional items for driving new customers absolutely free. And give you a coupon for 10% off when you text LOOK to 642642. You see, 4imprint is the key to your promotional product success. They make any order of any size easy and worry-free. We guarantee to deliver what you need on time through helpful customer service that's second to none. Act now. Your fortune awaits. Discover the top 3 promotional items for free, plus get a 10% off coupon when you text LOOK to 642642. That's LOOK to 642642.
Join us October 6th through the 8th for ContraFlow, a science fiction convention featuring writers, artists, and entertainers from all over the country. ContraFlow will have gaming, music, an art gallery, vendors, and so much more. This year's author guest of honor is writer Yun Ha Lee, winner of the Locus Award and Hugo Award nominee. ContraFlow, October 6th through the 8th at the Airport Hilton in Kenner. For more information, find them on Facebook or check out their website at ContraFlowSci-Fi.org. That's ContraFlowSci-Fi.org.
Message and data rates may apply.
If you're considering going back to school, ask yourself the following questions. Do you need the flexibility to take classes on your schedule? Do you have college credits you need transferred? Do you want to earn a quality degree from a world-renowned university? If you answered yes to any of these questions, Arizona State University is the perfect school for you. Arizona State University offers over 150 highly ranked degree programs 100% online. You'll learn the same degree as you would on campus from wherever you are on your schedule. Plus, ASU Online accepts most transfer credits. For information, text COURSE to 35517. Learn for yourself why the Wall Street Journal ranks ASU 5th in the nation for producing the best qualified graduates and why 87% of ASU grads are recruited within 90 days of graduation. Learn to grow, learn to succeed, and learn to thrive at Arizona State University. To learn more about ASU online degrees, text COURSE to 35517. That's COURSE to 35517.
Black Tie Tans, the premier mobile spray tanning professionals of New Orleans. Black Tie Tans will come to you and give you a natural glistening glow on the go. First-time customers get 20% off their first tan. Find them on Facebook at Black Tie Tans or email them at blacktitans@gmail.com to set your appointment. Going to a wedding? Going out to the club? Black Tie Tans will give you the look you need. Black Tie Tans. Tell your pale friends.
Hello, this is Chris Walken. If you've got a hankering for more cowbell, you can get it on The Week in Geek. Come on.
Welcome back. This is The Week in Geek, your source for geek and pop culture news that's trending now. I'm your host, D-Squared with
Brian Held.
All right, Brian, are you ready to do Top Nerd News?
Yes, sir.
Am I ready? That's
Probably
the real
not.
question. No. And now, your top nerd news stories from around the world, brought to you by QuestCon. QuestCon, October 20th to the 22nd in Mobile, Alabama. For more information, go to quest-con.com. And now, your top nerd news stories. All right, Brian, hot off the presses, Syfy gives himself a birthday present for 25 years.
Right.
They gave themselves another board of directors.
Well, actually an advisory council.
Oh, well, isn't it like the League of Nerds or something?
Well, yeah.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
Right. Carlton Cuss, Grant Morrison, Patton Oswalt, Luke Benson,
Luc Besson.
Besson, sorry. Jeff Johns from DC.
Yep.
Bonnie Burton, Adam Savage, John Barrowman.
Yep. Patton Oswalt, your boy.
I mentioned him. Orlando Jones and Jamie
Orlando
Brommax.
Jones.
Yes.
In the immortal words of Orlando Jones, there's always time for ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's always time for lubricant. That's what it was.
What was that?
There's always time for lubricant.
What was it? 7 Up Yours?
I can't remember.
You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember that one.
Yeah, it was a good one. But yeah, man, this is really interesting. This group of individuals that they brought together to guide the Syfy channel in their programming is essentially what they're doing here. And
well, my question is, are they going to try? Do you think these people have the force of will to get Syfy to stop making crappy Sharknado movies and ice spiders and volcanic big feet?
Well,
that's the thing. These are some star-studded names. Giants of the freaking industry. And why would they even want to be bothered by the crap that Syfy is churning out?
Well, I'm sure they're getting paid, for one. Right? That always helps. But, I want to say yes, but then
can we use your name? Here's $1.
Right. Patton Oswalt did his Star Wars Marvel crossover filibuster in Parks and Rec, if you remember that, right?
Because you remind me constantly of it, yes.
Right, which talks about, this Chewbacca head on this friggin' spider robot body kind of thing. And so then I think about that and I'm like, yes, Sharknado 16 could happen based on that, right?
Well, yes.
But one of the things that I found interesting is seeing Adam Savage on this list. Right, because of
Mythbusters fame,
right? But he's a maker, right? A lot of the stuff that he's doing now, you see, he does cosplays, very intricate cosplays for all the cons, where he'll have some masked character.
Well, that's not very odd, though, Brian. They do oh God, the name of the show escapes me, but they do all these great makeup artist show. That show is phenomenal,
right?
Because they don't go after the BS, behind the scenes drama. That's hey,
you're talking about Face Off.
Face Off, thank
yes.
you. They go in there and they make some damn good stuff, and it's not about how he stole my toothbrush.
Well, but that's kind of my point. Is are we going to start seeing more programming like that? Because there's a huge community out on YouTube of makers like
Jeff Johns. Hold up, wait. But let's keep going down my crazy person path about all the things being interconnected. They want to make a supernatural universe.
Right.
You got Jeff Johns with DC, and oh my God, who else? Grant Morrison. He did the JLA and All-Star Superman.
Right.
So you've got these people that are already tied in with DC. So maybe they're probably going to do it because I'm sure they're giving them really bad information because DC can't get their shared universe together for nothing. Look, I want them to work, but they just don't do it.
Yeah, no, that's true. But no, I'm thinking are you familiar with the King of Random?
No.
He's a maker guy on the net. He's got a huge following and stuff.
Okay.
There's
get him on the show.
A lot of I've tried actually.
Your celebrity wasn't enough to lure him?
Apparently not enough.
I'll go threaten him.
Yeah. But there's a lot of shows that exist on YouTube for makers who
right. Well, they did the steampunk thing too. They've tried their hand at several things, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but the problem is steampunk was reality TV.
Was it schlock?
Yes,
I didn't really get to watch the whole thing.
And if you watch anything done by Adam Savage, it's really interesting. He's getting into the...
Well, right, but that's not saying that they're making him a producer. They're just going to say, hey, is this offensive to somebody? Or is this a great idea? Will more people of every genre be in tune with it? Because I think they also want to make, what is... I guess inclusive is the word. They want to start having more diverse people, their faces on the screen in comic books and everything like that. So, this is a great little cross section of nerdery where, if anybody might have some answers, I think these people could have it.
They could.
At the Hall of Justice.
It's possible.
It is possible. Yeah, of course, this is just an advisory council, but...
Right. Syfy can say, screw you, we're making Ice Spider 17. Suck it.
They could totally do that.
They could. I don't know. But if they paid them, do you think they paid them?
Well, maybe. But you do need a giant spider in the third act.
You do, especially in Wild Wild West.
Exactly.
The Wild Wild West. So, I don't know. I think I don't know if this is a ploy by Syfy to say, hey, we're one of the cool networks, or if it's something where, maybe they really do have something better in mind.
They need to have something better in mind because their programming has been horrible.
Well, I mean, it seems like they've moved away from the space operas, with canceling The Expanse, Dark Matter, what else?
Right.
But all that stuff, and they're replacing it with these supernatural shows. I think they're gonna. I'm telling you, man, I'm banking on it.
Okay.
Brian, earlier in this show, I teased about one of my favorite game franchises, and I teased about one of my favorite food franchises.
Yes, you did.
So, do you know which either of those are?
Well, I would say Wolfenstein.
Close.
Okay.
No, not even remotely close. But
okay.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog. And he also is going to be working hand in hand with Hooters, Brian. Hooters.
Why?
Because who doesn't like chicken wings, Brian? Everyone loves chicken wings.
And blue hedgehogs?
Yes. Blue balls and hot wings.
Oh, God.
That's blue ball. Oh, maybe that's what they did.
That's terrible.
The Hooters. I don't know. It's only in Tokyo, though.
Yeah.
So bring it to America. I just bring it to America. There's a Hooters right down the street. Brian, you'll stand on Veterans with a little "Come Eat Chicken Wings" sign wearing a Hooters costume.
I hate Hooters chicken wings. They're terrible.
What are you talking about? I go there for the ambiance and the great food.
No.
All right, moving on.
Jesus.
Your favorite thing in the world, Brian?
Reboots? Don't talk to me about reboots.
Actually, this one, I don't know, man.
Well, look, it kind of goes hand in hand with our first story about the Diversity Council, the Hall of the League of Nerds.
Right.
Your boy turned down the role because, the character is an Asian character. What was the guy?
You're jumping all over the place.
I know I'm jumping all over the place, but I'm just tying it in from the previous conversation.
Right. So we're talking about
Daniel Day Kim's Major Ben Daimo.
Yes, we're talking about the Hellboy reboot.
Yes.
This is cool news. Who's the guy who was in Stranger Things?
Oh, the cop, huh?
Yeah, the cop.
Yeah, he's Hellboy, right?
Right. Not Neil Marshall. He's the director.
No, but yeah. What actually? Look, the thing is, what caught my eye with this article was they got some more screen tests and pictures of him dressed up like Hellboy. And I literally did a double take because I thought it was Ron friggin' Perlman.
Yeah, well,
I mean, the jawline and everything. I'm sure they might have used some prosthetics, etc. But it literally. I'm like, why are they putting this old Ron Perlman picture up here for the new Hellboy reboot?
It shouldn't be that big a deal, at least for that particular character, because there's so much prosthetics and everything.
Well, right. But Ron Perlman. If you've ever got an ugly character in a movie, Ron Perlman's your guy. He does it. He does it well. I love Ron Perlman.
No, I think Ron Perlman's fantastic, but
well, the other thing though too is that with the whole reboot going on, also you've got we got some news on the Godzilla front too, Brian.
On the Godzilla front.
Godzilla, yeah. Holy crap, we got to take a break.
Dude.
Godzilla. He's gonna be fighting everything. There
Yay.
you go. Why? What? You don't like that?
All right. Did you want to talk about Wolfenstein real quick?
Oh, yeah, Wolfenstein. So, last week, somehow we got on the topic of Nazis. And so if anybody needs some therapy,
okay.
Wolfenstein 2, the Rise of the Colossus.
October 27th.
Yes, it comes out. And if you pre-order it, you get a little B.J. Blazkowicz doll.
There you go.
So you get a toy and you get to kill Nazis and not go to jail for killing the Nazis.
Fantastic.
It's therapy. It's therapy for sane people.
Nice.
All right, guys, stay tuned. When we get back, we are going to do This Week in Geek History. You're listening to The Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO.
Join the adventure at QuestCon October 20th through the 22nd at the Mobile, Alabama Convention Center. We're taking over downtown with great events like our Apocalypse Zombie Experience, Post-Apocalyptic Wrecking Yard, and our Halo Drop Pods. We have fantastic guests like Jodelle Ferlin from Cabin in the Woods and Twilight, as well as Aaron Zetch from Ruby. There will be vendors, artists, and even a kids con for the little ones. QuestCon October 20th through the 22nd. Check out quest-con.com for more info.
Our sold-out 2017 iHeartRadio Music Festival. 2 nights, one stage, over 20 of the biggest artists on the planet. Celebrated with iHeartRadio fans from around the world for music's holy grail. Our sold-out 2017 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Coldplay, Pink, DJ Khaled, Thomas Rhett, The Weeknd, and more. iHeartRadio. Catch our iHeartRadio Music Festival TV special Wednesday and Thursday night, October 4th and 5th at 8 p.m. Eastern and Pacific on the CW.
Join us October 6th through the 8th for Contraflow, a science fiction convention featuring writers, artists, and entertainers from all over the country. Contraflow will have gaming, music, an art gallery, vendors, and so much more. This year's author guest of honor is writer Yun Ha Lee, winner of the Locus Award and Hugo Award nominee. Contraflow, October 6th through the 8th at the Airport Hilton in Kenner. For more information, find them on Facebook or check out their website at contraflowsci-fi.org. That's contraflowsci-fi.org.
The Autism Society of Greater New Orleans presents the Stay Connected Talent Show. It's October 14th at the UNO Grand Ballroom. Proceeds benefit the Autism Society and Down Syndrome Association. Go to asgno.org. Bike MS is October 7th and 8th. It's a 2-day bike ride from Hammond to Macomb and back to raise funds and awareness for multiple sclerosis. Go to nationalmssociety.org. A message from WRNO Communities, helping to make a difference in New Orleans.
Unless you grow your food yourself, how do you know where it comes from and what's been done to it? That's why we started Eat Real Certified. Our dietitians verify that the food you're buying is good for you and good for the planet. Make dining out easy and eat real. Look for us in your city and at eatreal.org.
Pop quiz for all business owners. If you're not incorporated and someone sues your business, which one of these can you lose? Your home, your car, or your life savings? The answer? All three. Because if you're not incorporated, it's not just your business that can be sued, it's you too, which means you could lose everything. Once business owners realize the risk of not being incorporated, they usually scramble to incorporate or form an LLC. To make it quick and easy, Incorporate.com is now giving away a free incorporation toolkit to all business owners, including exclusive information on how to start and grow your business. For your free incorporation toolkit, call now 1-800-500-9483. Protect your financial future. At Incorporate.com, they don't provide legal or financial advice. They just make incorporating or forming an LLC quick and easy. Call now for your free incorporation toolkit. They're giving them away for free at 1-800-500-9483. That's 1-800-500-9483. 1-800-500-9483.
Welcome back to The Week in Geek. Don't forget, you can listen to previous episodes on the iHeartRadio app at The Week in Geek Radio Show. Here are your hosts, D Squared and Brian Held.
Yeah, voice guy, we get it. All right, this is D Squared and
Brian Held.
All right, Brian, we need to get this thing going with This Week in Geek History. This Week in Geek History.
We're sending you back to the future! Yes! Oh my God!
This Week in Geek History is brought to you by Contraflow. Contraflow, October 6th through the 8th at the Airport Hilton in Kenner. For more information, go to contraflowsci-fi.org. This Week in Geek History.
Yes! Oh my God!
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. All right, so also, I forgot in the fall TV guide deal, in November 29th, Vikings on History Channel comes back too. That's for our friend Kimberly Richardson.
Okay.
And then also The Walking Dead, October 22nd.
And I've been told Norseman on Netflix.
I know, I got it
parody.
saved. I know,
Yeah.
I want to watch it. I got it saved.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this thing.
All right, you ready? First one is September 18th, 1951. Premiering in New York City, directed by Robert Weiss and starring Michael Rennie and Patricia Neal, it's 20th Century Fox presents The Day the Earth Stood Still. And the reason that I mention that is, do you know what our favorite movie references then?
No.
It's the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Michael Rennie was ill the day the earth stood still.
Oh.
But he told us where we stand.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. So, anyway, I always like that one.
I just want to listen to what you just did on loop.
Okay.
Clark Gable's at the Brown Derby.
Yeah, you like that?
Your top news stories.
All
Moving
right.
on.
September 19th, 2002. I put this one in here because you're going to hate it. It's a geek holiday.
Woohoo!
It's Talk Like a Pirate Day. Was created by John Barr and Mark Summers and popularized by syndicated columnist David Barry.
Nice.
So, yes.
I don't mind Talk Like a Pirate Day.
All right,
It's
good.
a fun day. They give you free donuts.
Not anymore.
Bastards.
A lot of people were put out that Krispy Kreme wouldn't.
I do remember. Now that you just said it, I remember it, man. Damn it.
All right.
What's next?
This one's kind of sad. September 20th, 2002. Sees the premiere of Josh Whedon's Firefly. Only one season.
Yeah.
And we're still sad about it. Yeah. All right. Remember that hockey I asked you about?
No. Okay, yes.
Yes. September 22nd, 1970. Not expected by anyone, Monty Python introduces the Spanish Inquisition on BBC One.
The Spanish Inquisition.
You just you went and sought that clip out, didn't you?
I did.
That tidbit of information, that kernel of knowledge.
It's in my list, man. You know, gotta love it. Let's see. On September 23rd, 1889.
1889.
Yes,
going way back.
The now famous video game company Nintendo was founded. Did you know it was started as a playing card company?
I did know that. Shockingly enough, I knew something.
Yes. And last on my list, September 24th, 1992. Based on our previous Top Nerd News, the Syfy Network launches.
Yay!
Yes. And it was spelled correctly back then.
It was.
Yes. All right, you ready for some birthdays?
We still got a couple minutes.
On the 18th, Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yay.
On the 19th, Adam West.
Oh, man. He's gone.
He is. On the 20th, J.R.R. Martin. I'm sorry,
George
R.R. Martin.
I'm about to say, what?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm a little slow.
Yes, on the 21st, Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
Yes, on the 22nd.
You know, I always think he's dead.
Yes.
Because of Zombieland.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. On the 22nd, Tom Felton, Draco Malfoy.
Yeah, he's not as much of a D-bag.
Yeah.
I like him. He's on The Flash now. Well, yeah. Is he still on The Flash?
And
I'm a little behind right now.
On the 23rd, our friend Jason Carter.
Hey!
Yes.
You should bring him to a con.
I'm trying, actually. So, all right. How can folks listen to the show, Dave?
Well, you know, it's funny you should ask. We strongly urge you to check out the Facebook page, facebook.com/The Week in Geek. Check out our website at twigradio.com. Follow us on Twitter at twigradio. And the Instagram's The Week in Geek. Now, Brian, how can people listen to this lovely show?
Well, if you missed any part of tonight's show or you want to hear your favorite part again, catch us on Spreaker.com or download Spreaker for your smartphone or tablet. You can find us on iTunes, YouTube, the iHeartRadio app, and at WRNO.com.
Well done, Brian.
Thank
so
you.
we got a bunch of guests moving forward, not next week, right?
Next week I'm still working on a guest. We're going to have 3 authors in a row starting in October.
Nice.
Including Kevin Hearn. I'm working on him.
Good deal. So October 5th, 6th, 7th, where are we going to be?
We're going to be at Contraflow out in Kenner at the Airport Hilton. And that's going to be a blast. We're going to have a good time.
And then the
20th through the 22nd, we'll be at QuestCon in Mobile.
Score.
Yes.
All right. I'm excited. You excited?
Can't contain myself.
Right. Well played. All right, guys. Till next time, keep your nerd flag raised high.
GFL.
New home for Walton and Johnson. News Talk 99.5 WRNO FM, New Orleans, an iHeart radio station.